Hi guys. I've got 50,000 things going on in my head that I want to record while I have like the chance to. So, for those who might not have seen, but I just wanted to report to all those who might have heard us during our media briefing where we promised that we would take the police on the issue of the circular that they issued where they told police basically that they should stop policing, where they said that police are not allowed to go around following people who want to remove foreign nationals. And this was a circular that was issued by the National SAPS. We challenged them on that circular because it doesn't make sense to say police mustn't police. So we decided to police the police and told them that they need to explain to us what that circular means and how lawful it is that they issued such an instruction. And the response that we got was that the circular was meant to be something that goes around for the police to note. I'll attach it right at the end of this video so you can see it. And I'll attach the response as well so that you can see it for yourself. But basically, they said that they will be having a relook at that circular. And I'm sure they have to issue another circular that is more within the law than what they said. Because what do you mean police mustn't police? That's their job. And secondly, I'm just sitting here like I noticed the way everyone is dragging history into this conversation when you talk about illegal immigrants. Our borders were man-made, as some people claim. Borders were this, we must remove borders, etc., etc. And I've just got like two questions. First question, what was the reason for the world to have so many wars? And what were the wars about? Were those wars not about territory? If you're telling us that borders are artificial, non-existent, as some of you claim, and they're meaningless, they're useless, why then would people go to war, to fight, to keep those territories or even take over other people's territory? And what makes you think that people aren't doing it right now with immigration? I'm just asking. Why do you not believe that a war could actually start in South Africa right now over territory? What makes you believe and be so sure that other African countries are with us in the so-called African unity that we preach, and that they would actually want to give up their own territories for this vision? Have they said anything to that nature, or is it only us? And then the second question, which is the last question for me, is that since you guys love history so much, I just want to know, like, this thing bothers me a lot, you know? When did becoming a refugee become something so glorified? You know, we see men, going to other countries, crying on TV because they want to be refugees, because their countries are in such a bad state. I mean, I'm not saying that people mustn't run away for safety in instances where the need arises, but like, it's like now it's no longer like genuine refugee stories. It's just like anyone can have like a government that goes, and then you cry and then you run away. Like, were we not a nation or a race even that fights for itself, that fights to keep what is theirs, that is, fights even territorial fights, fights different tribes, fights different races, just to keep what belongs to ours as ours? Since when did we become these people that glorify running away to other people's countries? I mean, if we're talking history and everyone is like dragging history into everything, might as well. I just want to know, like, in our history, in our bloodline, were we not the people, the race that was known to fight, even for their different tribes or race even, for what is theirs? Why are we glorifying being refugees so much? And on top of that, We are becoming the very same thing we've been claiming we're running away from white people. Slaves. I saw a video of like a very old man who claims he was a maths teacher in Ghana, then ran away because of the situation in Ghana. If you ask Ghanaians about that situation in Ghana, they probably would reject that idea that the situation is that bad. That a maths teacher had to go and pick or plant somewhere in Spain and live in a shack because he claims the situation is not that great in Ghana. And instead of fighting South Africa, I really wish that African countries would really sit down and be honest with themselves about their own people before we start blaming everyone else. Why are our people running away? Why are we becoming these people that are just like, we say we don't want slavery, but the minute we're free from it, we start running away to the same people we claim oppressed us? It makes no sense to me at all. And you spend all this time hating us for doing exactly what you would be doing if you were in a position to fight. And I know us as people who fight for what is right and what is theirs, but somehow when it comes to our African leaders, everyone just chooses to be fearful and scared and allow themselves to be oppressed. I don't know. It's just questions. You're welcome to engage respectfully.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you love South African breaking news, politics, immigration updates, and trending stories across Africa, you're in the right place. Please like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for daily South African news updates. Jacinta and other March and March movement leaders have issued a public message addressing concerns they say are affecting many South Africans. The message focuses on issues including immigration enforcement, job opportunities for citizens, identity document fraud, border security, and government accountability. Leaders say South Africans should remain informed, participate peacefully, and understand the country's immigration and labor laws. Jacinta mentioned that the movement says it wants stronger enforcement of existing laws, while noting that these are the movement's stated positions, not established facts. The first message calls for stronger enforcement of immigration laws. Jacinta argues that authorities should ensure people living and working in South Africa have the correct legal documentation where required. She says enforcement should happen through lawful government processes. The second message focuses on employment. Jacinta says businesses should comply with South African labor laws when hiring workers. She argues employers should verify documentation where required under the law and follow legal hiring procedures. The third message is about corruption. Jacinta says corruption inside institutions must be investigated wherever officials are accused of helping people obtain fraudulent documentation. She argues that tackling corruption is an important part of improving the immigration system. March and March leaders say South Africans should understand their rights and responsibilities under the Constitution. The movement says peaceful civic participation is important when raising concerns about immigration, employment, and public services. Supporters believe stronger enforcement will improve accountability, while critics argue policies should also protect the rights of lawful migrants and refugees. The announcement quickly sparked debate online. Some South Africans praised Jacinta's message and said immigration laws should be enforced consistently. Others argued that corruption, unemployment, and economic challenges require broader solutions beyond immigration enforcement. Many people also emphasize the importance of treating legal migrants differently from undocumented migrants during public discussions. The debate around immigration and employment is likely to continue in South Africa. Government departments may continue inspections and enforcement operations where businesses or individuals are suspected of violating the law. At the same time, civil society groups and political organizations are expected to continue discussing immigration policy and economic reforms. Jacinta's latest message has added another chapter to South Africa's ongoing conversation about immigration, employment, and accountability. Now it's your turn. Do you agree with Jacinta and the March and March leaders? What do you think South Africa should do to address immigration and unemployment while respecting the law? Leave your opinion respectfully in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more South African breaking news and daily gist.